At just 18 years old, jazz singer Nathan Hartono has performed on one of the biggest stages in Singapore at the National Day Parade in 2008. Although his dad is Indonesian, Nathan himself insists that he is actually a true blue Singaporean. Now Nathan, you sang Where I Belong at Last is NDP.
Yeah.
A very patriotic song.
Yeah.
Okay, so what is the most patriotic thing you have in your room right now?
Patriotic thing?
Or the most Singaporean thing?
It's just right here. It's a flag. It was actually from, okay, I kept this because it came, you know how National Day has those goodie bags, right? Yeah, so this is the flag. Every year they have a goodie bag. So this is right here, if you can see it. It's the NDP08 goodie bag flag.
And did you go for NDP09?
I actually went to I went to catch that one, and I would say it's one of the best ones I've seen so far. It was a great show, and I just keep this, you know, first of all, you know, yay Singapore. Also because every time I look at it, I remember NDP08, the year where I actually got involved in something so huge, and it's a great memory to have.
Okay, now what's it like? You know, last year you performed at NDP, and this year you're watching NDP. Did you kind of have like memories like, oh, I wish I was on that stage singing?
Definitely. You know, when I watched the show, I was like, every little thing, right, that happened on the show, because I watched it at home on TV and I watched it live as well, one of the previous shows, yeah. So when I was seeing all those things happen, I was just, I remember that. I know what they go through. You know, they're all waiting somewhere in the back, all sweaty and hot, and then when they go up, they have to look all happy. And you tend to appreciate the show a lot more after performing in it. Yeah. Also, well, in case you don't know, I'm in the school choir, and the choir actually did the background vocals.
You're not just in the school choir, you're the president.
Yeah, there you go. Yeah, so I'm in the school choir, and they actually sang for this year's NDP, like the recordings. So yeah. So it's cool to hear, you know, every once in a while.
So your background, your voice is somewhere in the background.
Somewhere in the background. Just this time I can actually see it. Okay, not see it, but hear it happen.
You're Indonesian, but you've lived in Singapore pretty much most of your life, right?
All my life, yeah.
Okay, so which country do you identify with most?
A lot of people identify me with Indonesia, but I'd say I'd identify with Singapore right there. Mostly because, you know, I was born and bred here, grew up with the people, you know, grew up with the food, the culture, everything. So pretty much nothing about me is Indonesian, except for the words on my passport, I guess. I consider myself very much Singaporean, although people would identify me immediately as Indonesian just because, you know, they say Indonesian, this local singer, that kind of thing. Yeah.
Well, you're one step closer. You're doing your NS next year,
NS next year, that's right.
Looking forward?
I actually was looking forward to it a lot because, you know, I always wanted to, you know, do something exciting with my life, you know, because I figured if you're going to spend the next, you know, 5 to 6 years behind a desk doing, like, you know, studies or work or whatever, it would be pretty cool to, you know, spend 2 years, you know, just going out there, right, exploring, being a man. But then after that, unfortunately, I had an injury on my back. Yeah, so it's a slip disc actually, so because of that I got downgraded to PES C. So I'll still be doing the desk thing. So I'm not totally bummed out about it, you know. I can still help out around. I don't know how much, but, you know, it should still be fun.
How did you manage to do that?
Well, that's where this rugby stuff came in, right here. You can see.
Let's talk about the trophies now. Okay.
Good segue. Well, I used to be in rugby in school. I wasn't the best player, I admit, but I was decent, and I would get hit up pretty badly sometimes. So that's why, you know, over time, you know, I guess that just happened. Unavoidable, I suppose, in some conditions.
Up next, Nathan shows us his CD collection. But his favorite CD is not what you might expect of a jazz singer.